First, I want to thank you all for showing up. I am your host, Latiska Powell, a channel. Baby, God done revealed something to me, which God speaks through this week. Our plan is mind, spirit, and the mastery of Scripture. If you have not, go ahead and hit that like button and place something in the comments to help me with my algorithm. We are kicking off this week the divine mind and the mind of Christ. Today we look at Philippians 2 and 5. Let this mind be in you, which was also in Jesus Christ. This verse reminds us to cultivate the qualities of Christ, what Christ displayed: compassion, humility, and divine purpose. The mind of Christ isn't about perfect thoughts, it's about seeing through the lens of love and compassion for ourselves and others. Another scripture: have this mind among yourselves, which is yours in Jesus Christ, who, though he was in the form of God, did not count equality with God a thing to be grasped, but emptied himself by taking form of a servant. Philippians 2 5 through 7. Tip for today is: throughout the day, when you notice self criticism or harsh judgments, pause and ask yourself this question: how can I see this situation with compassion? Shifting your thoughts that align with divine love. Our affirmation for today: I am aligned with the mind of Christ and I see things through love and compassion. Seeing things through the eyes of love and compassion is a great work that only we can do for ourselves. I can earnestly say many of years have passed in my life before I became aware God cannot be divided. These videos are a heart journey for me. It's an inner work for me, and hopefully as I continue on my journey, I can assist you in your journey. Seeing things through the eye of duality, which is good and bad, right and wrong, all these dualistic dogmas that we have constructed within ourselves, and passing these things on generationally, traditionally, not just in churches, but in our homes. You know, all things are possible. That's when you go into the supernatural. The supernatural world is all things are possible. Often we'll tell our children, oh, that's not possible. Oh, in order for you to do this, you have to do that. We make all of these limitations on ourselves. Yet, if our mind be in the mind of divinity itself, we become aware of the limitlessness abilities that we truly do have. Not just have them. I want you to begin to utilize your gifts when you're out in the world, when you're, just pumping gas. I don't know what you may be doing. Begin to see everyone as you see yourself. Begin to see everyone as a gift. Begin to see everyone as God itself. Now, I'm not saying humble yourselves and it's a limit. And see, that's my limit. See what I'm saying? I still have a few limits in me. Some things that I just will not do. Yet I'm working on breaking through those limits and having more compassion for myself when I realize there's a limit. When I realize someone is speaking to me and I say words like but and all those, when I say stuff like that, it that puts a little check mark in my mind and it says listen to the limit that you have created right now. So I'm constantly aware of who I am being. compared to who Latiska thinks she is. Often getting empty means everything that I think I am, I'm really not. All of these things, all these thought processes of who I think I am are only my own imaginations. Even those imaginations that people place on us. And this is done all the time. We even have to have compassion for that. I just did a video, and I've met people that have assumed certain things about me just because they look at me online. They just think they know me. When we're watching these things online, you have to understand that everybody has their own personality. Everybody has their own unique way of living, being, and experiencing life, and that is their own personal expression. I've had people, reflect some crazy stuff to me, and I'm like, at the end of the day, see, it doesn't matter the clothes that I wear. I do these videos like this because I want you to remember that you're royalty, and I want you to remember that you're image of that we are reflecting one another. It doesn't matter about my clothes because wealth and riches are in everyone's home. That's one of the things that I affirm in my life every day. I am abundantly blessed, and wealth and riches are in my own home. So I don't have to go outside of myself to collect wealth and riches. Wealth and riches are within me. I am everything that God is. I'm silver, I'm gold, I'm diamonds, I'm rubies. I am. That's what I am. And I want you to begin to see yourself just as that. And once you begin to see yourself as that, begin to imprint that on someone else. Be humble enough to rub someone's feet, wash someone's feet. Their shoulders aching. Give them a rub. Don't just be so, you can't do nothing. Be the presence for somebody else. However, you can. It is not just about doing things. Sometimes it's about saying something. I remember I was working, I was doing petitions back then, and I was sitting out at my table, and people were signing the petitions. And the young lady came out of the taxpayer thing. She was in tears. I said, hold on, y'all. Y'all going to do what y'all doing. I'll be right back. I said, baby, what's wrong with you? And she began to tell me her story. I said, but girl, don't you worry about that. Don't you know who with you? And then when I said that, her eyes lit up. And see, sometimes you got to know, you got to give people that confirmation. I don't care what nobody's saying. Don't you know all of that can be turned around in a twinkle of an eye? And it took me to say that to her for her to go back in that building and get exactly what she needed out of that building. She came out of the building, some old people at the table, and she gave me a hug. She said, I really appreciate you. I said, girl, I'm only doing what God has done for me through other people. So being mindful, even the little things mean a lot when you're doing it just because you can. That is divine love and empathy for one another. I don't have to, again, I don't have to know you to love you because love is what I am. Love is what I've come from. I'm aligned with the mind of Christ, and I see all things through love and compassion. That is our affirmation. Take a few minutes today, write it down, say it throughout the day. Not only say it after you say it, take it in, breathe it in. I am aligned with the mind of Christ, and I see all things through love and compassion. Thank you. Ingest it. It will do us all a world of good to be one, no longer divided from God and seeing things as God does. Perfect. Love you.